Today, the lesson we're going to learn is going to be how to do the shoelace trick. Okay? The shoelace trick is one of the easiest things to learn. Okay? It sounds difficult. Most things in tatting sound difficult, and when you actually do them, you find out they're not so difficult. Okay? So, for reference, this is the piece that we were working on in the last video. Now, this piece here will continue to be what we're working on for the class, the third week class. So, it's all going to work in together. Okay, this is no specific pattern. If it should look like someone's pattern, I apologize. This is just something I'm throwing together as a video. Okay, I wanted to get that out there for copyright. Okay, some designers share their work freely with beginners to teach them. Some designers like to be mentioned, and I try to mention all designers, just because I think they deserve kudos for doing this. Okay, I have tried designing, and it is the most difficult task I have ever tried. However, I found that I can teach tatting on video easier than I can design. So this is just something I'm throwing together for you guys. Alright, so on that note, today we're going to learn the shoelace trick. Now, what the shoelace trick is, okay, you see we're working on the back side of the work, and right here at the back side of the work there would be a floating ring come off just like this. Now, if we wanted that floating ring or thrown off ring right here, and we wanted it to be the darker purple, then we'd have to use the shoelace trick to get this darker purple color as the thread we're using, and not the core thread. Okay, we want to change the core thread to the working thread. Another instance would be if you're joining in a weird spot, okay, then you would need to use the shoelace trick to accommodate. Okay, there are many places, and I find that when doing patterns, the shoelace trick is my go-to. If I see a situation where, wait a minute, this thread needs to be worked down here because that's what the pattern calls for, I need to use that shoelace trick. Or I need to do this particular technique, I need to use the shoelace trick to do it. Okay? Another place the shoelace trick comes in handy is if we were doing one color tatting, which means each shuttle had the same color thread, and one was running low on thread, okay, because rings take up more thread than chains do. Okay, so if I was running low on thread, I could use the shoelace trick throughout to finish up the shuttle that I'm running low on thread, so that I don't have to load two shuttles. Okay, it saves time. Okay, so on that note, I'm going to show you how to do the shoelace trick. And the shoelace trick was named because it looks like you're tying a pair of shoes. Okay, you know how when you sit down, you got your shoes on, you're fixing to tie, and you take your shoelaces, you cross one over the other, and you'll bring it up underneath this other one, right? Well, you've made a little knot. Well, when you pull that little knot back down into the work, okay, you have changed the position of your working thread. Okay, so if we wanted this thrown ring that would be right here in this darker purple, we have changed position and made the lighter purple our core thread, and the darker purple our working thread. So the shoelace trick is the first half of tying your shoes when you first loop it over, and then you're just switching positions of your threads. That's all the shoelace trick is used for, is to change position of the working thread and the core thread. Okay, and it comes in very handy when running low on thread on one shuttle. Say you've only got just a little bit of a motif to finish, and one shuttle has plenty enough thread on it to finish it, but the other shuttle's running low. You can use that shoelace trick at various points to be able to use the shuttle that has all the thread on it that you need throughout the piece, and not really use a lot of the one that is running low. And it saves time tying in ends and so forth. So when you come across in your endeavors while you're tatting and you're working on a piece and you see you need to use it, use it. It doesn't show. Okay? So on that note, the next class I'll show you how to do a thrown ring. Alright, so until then, happy tatting. Have a great day, and thank you so much for watching.